Hey everybody, welcome to another class. What we're going to do now is we're going to review news on this website called Quartz, okay? And it's a really cool website. You'll like the design. Some of you might have seen this before in a previous class, okay? I see Hussein is here. Hi, hey, Hussein, how are you?
Hello, how are you? I'm good, thank you.
Hi.
How about you?
Hi, doing well, doing well. So how's your day so far? You having a good day?
It's just started
Yeah,
an hour ago, I suppose. I just wake up for an hour.
Just
So till now,
Nope, you're doing well. You're doing well. So you're just waking up. So do you drink tea or do you drink coffee when you're waking up?
today I drank milk, but
You drink
I
milk.
usually drink.
Yep. Yep. Good. In 1 second, it's kind of hard to hear. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Andrew. How are you?
Hello, Bret. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. How do you do?
Good. I'm doing very well. Doing very well, Andrew. So, so good, Andrew. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. It's a
Thank you.
Yeah. So, so I don't know. It's a little loud in there, just a little bit, but not too bad. Okay. And let me see. Nijat. Hi, Nijat. How are you? Yeah, Najat, maybe you have your microphone muted. Oh, Najat's gone. And where are you from, Andrew?
I'm from Russia.
Okay, good. Looks like the sun is shining bright out, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
Yes, exactly.
And is it around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or what time is it for you?
Not. Actually, it's 7 p.m.
Ah, okay. What am I thinking?
It's sunset.
Yep. Okay. What am I thinking there, huh? So okay. So good. Welcome to class. And Hussein, where are you from, Hussein?
I'm from Iraq.
Okay. Am I pronouncing your name properly, Hussein?
Yes, it's perfect.
Okay. Good, Hussein. Well, welcome to class. And hello, Alan. Hi, Alan Salinas. Hi, Alan. And yeah, Alan, you might have your microphone muted. Let me share this. Let me do something here real quick, guys. Okay? No problem. So, Alan, make sure that you don't have your microphone muted. Okay? All right. Do you see that, Alan?
Okay, you're ready.
Okay.
You're ready now.
Good. Where are you from?
I'm from Aguascalientes, Mexico.
Okay, good, fantastic. Well, welcome to class. So, hey, everybody, while the students come into class, if you look here in the Verbling chat, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to deal with the website called Quartz, okay? There's a website called Quartz, and we're going to work on that today. So please go to qz.com and look for any stories that you might want to read. Hey, Abdallah. Hi, Abdallah. How are you? Okay, let's continue on. Igor. Hello, Igor. Hey.
Hi, Bret.
Hey.
How are you?
Doing well. Good to see you, Igor. Good.
Good
How's
to
your
see you.
day?
It's okay? All okay?
It's okay. All right, good. Very nice to see you. Hello, Inga. Welcome back, Inga.
Hi, Bret. Thanks.
Good. No microphone problems or anything, huh? So
Yeah.
on my part, yeah. You know, we're fixing. We have I don't know. We have a couple of places, and we're fixing another place, the second house, and unfortunately the connection just was horrible. So don't worry, I'm back at the regular place. But good to see you, Inga. So
Yes,
hey,
me too.
yep. Again, everybody, make sure that you're going to qz.com. All right, look for a story. Whoever gives me the first story is the one we're going to read. It's that simple, okay? Muhammad. Hi, Muhammad. Hi, how are you, Muhammad? Welcome to another class.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Muhammad. You're welcome. And Usama? Yep. And yeah, Abdallah Sami, I said hello, but we can't hear anything from you. Is your microphone? There you go. No problem. Yeah, I was saying hello to you. No problem. Okay. So how are you, Abdallah? And by the way, guys, I don't know, is somebody's computer fan or something? Okay, it's kind of taken off. But guys, and don't be upset. All right. But just make sure everybody's muted when you're not speaking, so we don't hear a bunch of stuff. Hello, Abdallah Sami. How are you?
I'm fine, teacher. How are you?
Doing well, doing well, doing well. Okay, is that your computer fan, Abdallah?
What?
Yeah, you know what? There's a bit of noise I think coming from you here, so it's best if you get a headset on. All right, because it sounds like, yeah, just because we'll let you stay in this class, but just keep in mind of the rules, okay? We need to be a really nice, quiet environment, all right? Okay. So try to get that fixed. Try to get a headset, and you can see here Andrew has a headset. Hussein has one, okay? But anyway, Abdallah, let's just keep you muted for now, okay? All right, but welcome to class. And Usama. Hello, Usama. Okay. All right. Hello, Shahir. Hi, Shahir.
Hi, sir. Hi, sir.
Welcome back. Welcome back to class. And
Thank
Usama, you're welcome. Usama, if your microphone is muted, you need to click it so it's not muted. If you're having problems, okay, again, all you need to do is click on this link. Sometimes you can solve your issues in here just by adjusting your settings, okay? All right. Okay, so there you are. Hi, Usama. Where are you from, Usama? Where's that? Yep. So Usama, one other thing. Look here, Usama. You probably need to change your bandwidth, okay? All right? And also, too, if you don't have a good connection, then turn off your camera, okay? Turn off your camera, right? So, okay, everybody. I hope everybody's been looking over Quartz because we're going to start reading now. So, here we go. So, yeah. And Usama, make sure you get that working, okay? All right. So here's this really cool website that we have here called Quartz, and I like the news that they deliver, okay, and I like the way that they deliver it. So okay. So would anybody like to choose an article? Is there anything that interests you? Okay, let's see here. Why only 3% India has home internet access? Okay. Okay, good. So Andrew and Igor. Yeah, so Andrew and Igor were thinking of the same thing. So you know what they say, guys. I'll give you guys the expression, okay? Great minds think alike. So good. So good. And let's see. Now we just need this thing to come up. There it goes. Come on, Quartz. Go a little faster. Let me close some of these windows. We're done here with some of this stuff. Done with the BBC. Okay, just one more class of this. Okay, so good. This is interesting. Wow, boy, look at that internet cafe. Okay, so this is a hack day. Yeah, so does anybody know what a hack day is? Does anybody ever hear of a hack day? Okay, it's where computer programmers get together and then they try to hack out a few programs. They become more popular over the last few years. Okay, so great. Good. So
what does it mean hack out?
Yeah, so hack. So like if somebody hacks into your computer, okay. So if you have a computer hacker. So a hacker, when somebody hacks into your computer, it's known as something bad, okay? But also, too, they say that you hack together a piece of code, different things like that, all right? Okay. Like Furkan says, Google organized one of the days to detect flaws by expert hackers. Wow, $1 million reward. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, so good, so good. Yeah, since you chose the article, Igor, I'm going to have you start to read here, and don't worry, we'll get around to everybody. Okay, so go ahead. Can you start reading here, Igor?
Google Executive Chairman Eric Schmidt doesn't think much of India's internet strategy, telling a television channel that the country is well behind in the web services model that the rest of the world is adopting. There is no doubt that Schmidt, traveling in Asia this week, is talking his book. Every new Indian on the internet is a new customer of Google, and Asian expansion is obviously on the company's agenda.
Yep. And let me help you out with something, Igor. Your pronunciation, everything is just continuing to improve. You're doing very well. But listen to how I read this sentence. There's no doubt that Schmidt, traveling in Asia this week, is talking his book. Okay? Just make sure that you're hitting the pauses, all right? And I know you don't mind me correcting you, okay? So
yes, let me read. Yeah. There is no doubt that Schmidt, traveling in Asia this week, is talking his book.
Okay, good, good. You really want to make sure that you hit those pauses, okay? But good, okay. Good, very good. Okay, so executive chairman, all right, Eric Schmidt. This is the top guy there at Google. Well, I think he shares it with the two other guys. Yeah, so doesn't think much. That means that looks down upon, right? Of India's internet. Yep. Do not believe. Look down upon. Yep. Exactly. Do not believe or believe in. Okay. Believe in is more what you want to put on there. So the web services model. So web services. This is where you're running so many things in the computer on the web, right? You look at the different websites, everything runs on there, different applications. Even Microsoft Office has all of their programs on the web. Google has Google Docs on the internet, all right? Basically, you can run almost anything off of any type of computer these days. You don't need special computers. It all runs in the clouds, as they say. All right. And yes, so they're expanding. Their Asian expansion is obviously on the company's agenda. So Asian expansion, so what they're trying to do is to gain more market share in Asia. So it's on their agenda. Agenda is something that you want to do. So you might have a few things listed on an agenda. Okay.
Schedule.
So schedule, yeah. So schedule is like you put it on your calendar. Like here's what we're going to do on Monday. Here's what we're going to do on Tuesday. Right? Schedule.
But agenda not the same.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
So yeah, agenda. You'll have an agenda. So that's like a list of different things that you want to do. But an agenda, you can put it on a schedule, but your agenda isn't really. They're very similar, but yet you usually say, I have an agenda, here's my list of things to do. Now I'm going to schedule the different things that I want to do on my agenda. So do you see how that fits in? So you write out the agenda and then you schedule how you're going to accomplish those things. Okay?
More detailed. Schedule is more detailed than agenda.
Yes. No, so not necessarily. So an agenda can be one thing. All right, I can have one agenda. My agenda today is to teach you. All right, okay. So that's the one thing I want to do today. So in here, so this company's agenda, they probably have multiple things that they want. But this Asian expansion, when they're in Asia, that's one of the main tasks or things that they want to do. So if you had tasks and you put them onto a calendar, it's the same thing as like an agenda. You'd put it onto a calendar. But usually we don't talk about like an agenda as being like, we'll put those on a calendar. Those can be calendared events, but it's not really the same thing as a schedule. Okay? Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Okay, and then Inga. Inga, can you start reading here?
Yes. But it's still notable that only 150 million Indians have internet access in a country of 1.2 billion. That's significantly lower than other emerging markets. Consider this Gallup survey from January, which polled citizens around the globe about whether they have home internet access. While only 3% of Indians answered yes, in China, 34% confirmed home internet access, with 51% penetration in Russia and 40% in Brazil.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
For comparison, 80% of adults in the US said that had internet access, and 73% and 77% in Japan and Germany, respectively. The world leader in home internet access per the survey. Sweden with a score of 93%.
Okay, good. Wow. Boy, 93%. Almost everybody's on there. Maybe even cats and dogs are on the internet in Sweden. Okay, so notable. That just means that it's something worth understanding, something worth remembering. All right. So only 150 million out of 1.2 billion people. So significantly, that means a great amount. Okay, it can be significantly higher. It can be significantly lower. It can be significantly different. Okay, significantly is usually like a great amount or something worth recognizing. So significantly lower than other, what they call emerging markets. And the main emerging markets that they have right now is called the BRIC. Okay, and this is Brazil, Russia, India, and China. Those are the main emerging markets. And there's a few more that have been added as well, but I haven't kept up on them, so please forgive me. Okay, so those are the emerging markets. All right, and they talk about that in here, where China, Russia, Brazil, talking about the other emerging markets in here. And then comparison. Yep, what's that? Did you have a question, Hussein?
Yes, sorry, just emerging market. What do you mean by emerging? It's came from emergency or what?
Oh, no, and that's a good question. By the way, guys, please stop me. So, yes, emerging market means like growing markets, okay? So when you look at some place like Germany, France, the UK, Japan, the United States, okay? Those are developed, all right? Those markets are very developed. When you have these other ones, these are emerging markets. These are ones that are still developing, still coming about, still growing, all right? And they haven't matured yet, right? Even though, we know how big China is still considered an emerging market because there's still so much room to grow, okay? That's why. Pretty amazing that they still have room to grow. Okay. And in here, comparison, so like, you compare apples and oranges to look at different things. And comparison, it's just showing here the markets that are not emerging markets. These are more mature. Okay. Here we go. So good.
Sorry, there is... I have a question.
Yep.
Can you scroll up? 18% of adults in the USA said they had internet access. They had is in the past, or how to understand?
So They had
Has
internet access.
or had?
It's according to
Said,
grammar. We have to use the same sentence in both parts of the sentence. Yeah.
yeah, so in here they said, yep, because they said it's in the past tense in here that they had. So this is a past perfect is what you have in here. Okay, so it's not a past continuous or anything like that. All right, so both of these are past perfect in here, in case you're
Yes,
wondering.
sir. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I've got the one more question. What about the syllable in the word access? I suppose it should be like access, not like access, because it's not verb, it's a noun.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Yep. Yep. So in here, all right. So internet access. All right. So when you look at this in here, so you can go back here. Very good. So you can look at the phonetic spelling. Yeah, and here to access something, access, and here. So
Yeah.
access.
Just because the previous reader has read it like access, but if it was a verb, it would be pronounced like access, but it's a noun. Yeah. Or I'm wrong.
Well, in here, they're not making any distinction between this, okay? So I'm going to access my bank account. Do I have access? Okay. So in here, they'll usually change this with the spelling in here, okay? All right. So, yeah, so assess, no, I don't think you got it mixed up with that. So in here, yeah, so actually this isn't making any distinction between the two. Okay, even the IPA, okay, is keeping it the same. Okay, so I need to access my account. Are you gaining access, right? Okay, in here. So, and it's not to say that it yeah, well, I mean, just going straight from dictionary.com, which is a good place to pull from, all right? It's not making any distinction between that. But I understand what you're saying. Can I access my account? Can I access my account, right? Okay, because then that would be a verb, okay? And home internet access, this is a noun, right? Okay, so yeah, and what it's saying in here is that there's really, it isn't making a distinction between the two. Okay? All right? But I understand your point in there.
I have a question. But if in that question we will put they has internet access, what will the sense of that question? How will be changed?
Yeah,
For comparison, they has.
No, but they said. So they said. So this
yes,
has already
they said
happened.
In the past. Yes, and what they said in the past is that they has. No, it's not correct.
Igor, you know,
I asked Bret. Sorry, I
of,
asked Bret.
No.
I do not ask you. I asked Bret.
Yeah, no, but guys, it's okay. It's okay. So in here, you want to make sure that it agrees here properly, okay? And this isn't, yeah. So in here, all right, all it's saying is they said, so that they had. So these are both simple past in here. So you want these to agree with each other, all right? And this isn't a matter of where you have two different phrases, okay? All right, or two different clauses, where in those two different clauses that you would switch things around, all right? This is just all one together here, okay? They said they had. Okay, so that's why you want that to remain this way, Igor.
Okay, but if it will be has, if it will be has, there, what will
yeah,
be
but you
will be not be correct grammatically, or how will be?
It won't be correct grammatically, okay? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you don't want to say said they has internet access, okay? All right.
Okay.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, so let's continue on here, guys. Okay, all right. So okay, so and yeah, what's that, Hussein? I'm sorry, Hussein.
Just about the questions of the last colleague. When he said about the difference, when we start our paragraph in the past, we should to continue in the past way. There is nothing problem in say has, but the paragraph should be came in the present. But in this situation, it's already started in the past, so we had to continue in the past way. Just in one case, we had to change to the present one. If we had the past continuous, at that time we can cut the verb with the present one. But in this situation, we should continue with the past one. I suppose that, I don't know.
Yeah, like if they okay, they were saying they are having problems right now, for example. Okay, or otherwise you could actually with that one, they were saying that they had problems. Okay, or that they have. But yeah, in this one here, it's just with the way the sentence is structured, you want to make sure that you have both of them in the past perfect. Okay. All right. Good. Whew. Are we through that one yet? Okay. So good, guys. So and good questions though. All right. Good questions. Okay. So let's continue on here. So Muhammad, go ahead, Muhammad.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Differences in national wealth per person explains a lot of disparity between the emerging markets, but that doesn't explain why poorer countries than India like Pakistan and Zambia have more internet access. Shamit point the finger or at complacency in Indian's government. The success of Indians IT outsourcing firms like Infosys and Wipro has led to reduced investment in tech infrastructure. He says particularly fiber optics for broadband. The country spends about 1% of its GDP on technology compared to 2.5% around the world.
Okay, so go ahead and stop right there. And by the way, also Muhammad, make sure that you are pausing when you need to. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Because your sentences, and I know you're excited to be reading because you do read fairly well. Okay. But just make sure you're welcome. Just make sure that you're hitting, all your punctuation properly, especially your periods. I mean, you should make sure you hit your commas, but especially your periods, because people that aren't reading along, you can almost change the meaning of what you're saying when you don't do that. Okay. So no problem though. So you have your differences in your national wealth per person, okay? All right. So yeah, in India, there's a large group of people that are still very poor, all right? That are still living well below the poverty line. So this difference or disparity that they have, right? Okay. So India, Pakistan, and Zambia have more internet access than what you do in India. So they're trying to look at why is this the way it is, all right? So when they say points the finger, when you point the finger, that's when you're saying this is the problem. And what it is, complacency in India's government, okay? So complacency, yep. It's where they don't really want to change. They think everything is going well, all right? They're not taking enough of a approach. By the way, is anybody here from India? No? Okay. All right. So there's a lot of outsourcing firms. So these are companies that do work offshore for other people. Infosys and Wipro are two big ones. Okay. Yeah, so all right, so because these guys are investing in the infrastructure, the government is not spending a lot of money in the infrastructure. So the GDP, gross domestic product, all right, so it's only spending 1% of their gross domestic product on technology compared to other places that are spending 2.5%. Wow, this is amazing. I wouldn't expect this out of India. It would seem like they would they would be more on top of this. Hello, Sami. Okay. Shahir, can you read this for us, Shahir?
Okay, sir. Schmidt also want an open internet for India, where online censorship has become a source of tension, in ethically and religiously hetero, heterodox society. Companies worry about managing India's broadly defined speech restrictions. There is even a law of criminalizing causing annoyance and inconvenience online. Schmidt
Argued.
Schmidt argued that that Indians will reap the benefit of a less re regulated online world through the expansion of
Entrepreneurs.
entrepreneurs producing service like Red Bus.
Okay,
It
so
is
good.
not.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead. Read the next one. Go ahead.
Okay, it is not just censorship restriction on foreign direct investment, payment rules,
Cronyism.
cronyism in the telecom industry all play a part in reducing internet access and the economic benefit that can come with it. You can see the effect of the government's slow adoption to modern telecommunication in where India's promise has paid off. It is biggest success. Its biggest success are aboard and in mobile and wireless internet.
Okay, so good. Okay, so let's look at this. So an open internet, right? Okay, so no more censorship. So censorship is when you take something and you don't allow people to see all of it, or maybe even any of it. So that's censorship. And tension, this is when people get upset at each other, okay? All right? Doesn't necessarily mean there's conflict, but there's a lot of tension where people are upset. All right, so ethnically and religiously heterodox society, okay? All right? So in here, this is where they have all different sorts of beliefs and teachings that you have very mixed in India, all right? Okay, which is not bad. There's a lot of different beliefs in there. But the main one, I believe, is Hindu. I don't know enough about India, all right? Okay. So, yeah, so reap the benefits. So what reap the benefits is if you go out and you plant. So let's say you plant your crops, okay? Okay, so once you plant those, you reap the harvest, okay? So this is where you go and you collect from it, okay? So this is where you go. So what they're saying here, this is a common expression, reap the benefits, all right? So if you don't have a regulated online world, you reap the benefits. Okay, so FDI, foreign direct investment, so that's a problem. There's not enough going in there. Cronyism, so cronyism, this is where like you have a group of people that have always been in control, okay? Right, so a group that's in control of all of this. So cronyism in the telecom industry, just a few people that have control that don't want to give it up to others. Okay, so slow adaptation. This is where they're not adapting or not bringing in this new modern telecommunications, right? And its biggest successes are broad and in mobile on there, all right? Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, why don't you just read that last one? Cronyism is similar to a monopoly, Furkan. Okay, so cronyism, where you're patting each other on the back, everybody's, you know, this person here is giving business to this person, who's giving it to this person, who's giving it back to that, where they almost have a circle. So very similar to a monopoly. Okay, so Shahir, can you read this last? Yeah, can you read this last paragraph here?
Yes, sir. Indian officials agreed with Schmidt about the importance of India's internet market. They appeared to remain committed to some kind of content control. The government is starting to roll out more fiber optic network, and there is certainly an appetite in the country for big ambitious project.
Yep, big ambitious project. Okay, so good. Okay, so yeah, content controls. So that's some sort of censorship, right? So roll out. So this is when you're building more or expanding. So roll out more fiber optic network. So yeah, so fiber optic network. This is the glass fibers that the internet runs on. Okay.
Right, high-speed internet.
High-speed internet. Yep, and you have this fiber optics. So you can look here. So these are fiber optics. All right. So there you go, fiber optic suit there as well. Okay. So all right. So let's. So what's the next one that you all would like to read and talk about? Anything in here? China's slowdown. Okay. So maybe in here, there's some charts. Wow, boy. Yeah, but that just has to do with the U.S. Okay, so come on, folks. Don't worry. Just choose a story. It's all right. Okay. And again, here's the website if you want to take a look. And don't worry, I can choose one if you all don't want to choose one, but I'd rather kind of that you guys choose one. Okay. Okay, so let's see. So Apple just continues. So here we go. So Apple continues to find ways to make more and more money. These guys are non-stop. Okay. So let's continue on here. So a few people just joined us, right? So hey, Sami Ali. Hi, Sami. Okay. All right. Hey, Alan. Hi, Alan. Can you read for us on here, Alan? Yeah, and you're still muted. It's okay, Alan. Just make sure you click the mute button. The red microphone. Okay. Yep.
What did they say? Apple?
Apple has long said.
Okay. Apple has long said that it wants to run its app and media stores at break-even, but the volume of transactions on iTunes has become so huge. Check out the graph above that even at a tiny margin, Apple appears to be making a substantial profit on content. This data comes from mobile analyst Horace Didiu.
Okay, good. I'm gonna have you read some more, but let's take a look at this, okay? It's all right.
Okay.
So let's take a look at this. So these are the gross iTunes revenues media type, by the type, okay? So you have software. So let's see if we can take a look at this, okay? So these are in millions, all right? So very substantial. So yeah, so here's the software, and these are quarters, okay? So in each year you have 4 quarters consisting of 3 months that break up the year. So Q4 of 2012, you can see how much was on software. So they continue to have a growth. But look at this. So look at this music content. Wow, pretty amazing, isn't it? You know, very large one. And then, yeah, what is the gray one? Huh. Yeah, that's a good question, Furkan. I don't see where they put in anything for. So music is here. Here's video. All right. Here are apps. Okay, what the app share is. Okay, the different application, and then here's books. And then I don't know. So the gray. Yeah. So Furkan, the gray must just mean everything else, whatever else they have in there. Which I don't know. Let's see if we can see in here. Okay. But you can see like a large jump in music, right? And in video, kind of, but in music, it's really jumped up a lot. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Continue reading here, Alan.
23 billion items were sold through iTunes in 2012.
Okay, and how about the first bullet point? Read the first one. Apple's iTunes revenue has quintupled.
Apple's iTunes revenue has quintupled in the past 7 years. Mind you, its overall revenue has quintupled in just the last 4. 23 billion items were sold through iTunes in 2012 at a hypothetical and not unlikely margin for Apple of 2% on apps and 1% on music. Apple could be making 150 million a year on content alone.
Okay, so good. Let's look at some of this in here. So yeah, so breakdown. What this means is here's the full amount. Okay, so that would be here the full amount. So then they have a breakdown. Okay, putting it to smaller pieces. All right. So break even. So what break even means is you're not losing money, you're not making money. Okay, losing money, making money. So Furkan has a question about apps and software. So software is probably their operating system, Furkan. So it's probably like Lion, different things like that. All right, and then apps. Those are different apps that you pay for on your phone, like the Shake a Baby app. And then you also have apps now on the main. Excuse me. You have apps on the MacBook as well, okay, and all different ones, okay. So let's see here. So okay, so data comes from mobile. So Yo has an interesting point. So Yo says, I've never bought any applications, okay. So hopefully Yo hasn't ever stolen any applications, because you know people's work. So just because you can go out and steal an application online as opposed to going out and stealing a car, a physical thing, doesn't make it right in any other way. Okay, and I'd like to see people.
But you can use free applications without.
Oh yeah, no,
money.
yeah, free. No, oh no, I understand that. So I was just trying to check with you. Yeah, no, I mean we have computers running here that are running on Ubuntu, and then running on Open Office, right, and also running on Google Docs. You know, those are absolutely, you know, the only thing you pay for is the hardware, and there's nothing else that needs to run on there, because you can just run everything on the web. Okay, so yeah, let's see here. Okay, so quintupled over the past 7 years, right? So quintupled should be what I think it's 5 times. Okay, so okay, 23 billion items were sold through iTunes in 2012. So hypothetical. So what's happening is they're trying to figure out. So hypothetical. These aren't the real numbers. They're just trying to figure out a margin of Apple of 2% on apps and 1% on music. Okay. So yeah. So a margin. That's how much money you're making. So that's 2% on their apps and 1% on their music. All right. Wow. 150 million in content. Okay. So let's continue on here. So Sammy. Hey, Sammy, are you there? Holy Toledo, Sammy's outside. It's the first time I've seen somebody bring me outside to class. Okay. All right. So, hey, Pedro. How are you, Pedro?
Hi, Bret. How are you? Fine.
Doing pretty well. Pedro, can you read here, starting with throw in Apple's software business?
Yes. Throw in Apple's software business. It's easy to forget that Apple also makes its own, from Pages and Operating System X to Final Cut Pro, which is now sold entirely through the company's desktop and mobile application stores. And the view estimates that iTunes, inclusive of Apple's own software, generates as much as 15% operating margin on gross revenues. That's over $2 billion a year. Now, or do I have to continue?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Now, next to a net income of over 40 billion in 2012, that's still hardly game-changing. But it appears that the well-worn trope that Apple is a hardware company that practically gives away everything else is no longer true.
Okay, good. So let's look at this. So when they just say throw in, okay, some people also say add into the mix. Add in to the mix. Okay, they say that as well. So throw in, add into the mix. Apple's software business. So it's just, the last point on here. So bring that in. Yeah, and it's easy to forget. That's just an expression. It's not like, well, I mean, it is easy to forget, but just how they say that Apple makes its own own software. All right. So OS X Final Cut Pro is a video editor. All right, and now they sell these through these app stores. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so 15% operating margin. All right, on gross revenues. Okay, so that's over $2 billion a year. So a lot of money that is made in here. Okay, so now a net income of over $40 billion in 2012. All right, so net. So if you have a gross income, right, that's not taking away all of your operating expenses, everything else, all your marketing, everything inside there. So it has a net income of over $40 billion in 2012. All right, so that's how much they really made. So this $2 billion compared to $40 billion, they say isn't a big difference, but what it's talking about here is that Apple, all right, practically gives away all of its software, everything else. They say that it's really no longer true because now they're making more money off of selling things like their software and other things on here. Okay. Any questions on this article?
What does trope mean?
No questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like. Thrope, it's like I don't know, like an expression or something or phrase that you have. Okay, so it just continues on and on, almost like a mantra.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, that they have. Okay. All right, and let's see. We have
I have a question.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who from class have been buyed from iTunes? How to say correctly?
Yeah, so who here in class has bought something from iTunes?
Who
Yeah.
here from this class has bought something from iTunes?
Yeah, and you can say who here in this class, in this class. So you're from a country, you're in a class. Okay? You can say I just came from. Yeah, so is anybody here bought anything on iTunes?
No.
I have never bought nothing. I have
No?
None.
Okay.
No.
Nope. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I wonder where their market comes from. It must mainly come from people like in the U.S.
From US,
Europe,
I think.
people like that. Yep. That still buy a lot of apps and so forth in there. So probably a lot of game apps and things like that as well. You know. So, yep. So yeah.
Who from this class like iPad?
I don't.
Yeah. Does any? Yep. Anyone else? Nope. Okay. All right. So nobody likes an iPad. Does anybody here use a Mac? Does anybody here use an Apple or a Mac?
No.
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 I think Apple and iPad, it's my opinion, it's not something functional, something good
User-friendly.
like. Sorry? User-friendly?
User-friendly. Yes.
I don't know. I think it's not functional. So, for example, in Windows you can make many applications, many games, many programs, but in Apple it's all how to say, Bret, not restricted, but poor. They do not have
So yeah, I mean it is restricted. It isn't as open, right? They don't open it up as much. And then like with the new Windows 8, you can write in JavaScript, right? So you can program native applications running on your computer in JavaScript, which is pretty cool. I use a MacBook Pro. The reason I use a MacBook Pro isn't so much that I'm in love with Apple. It's just it has one of the clearest screens, right? It has a really clean
for
screen.
For design.
Yeah, but also too, I appreciate my eyes, right? So, so with the screen, that's why I like it so much, because it does deliver a very nice screen. Let's see who else is coming here. Wow, a few people have come in here real quickly, huh? So, let's see. Muzamil Sheikh. Okay. How about you, Glitter Cat? Nope, no more Glitter Cat. All right. And what do you use, Shahir? What sort of operating system do you use? So do you use Windows?
Yes, I am using Windows 7 operating system.
Okay. And do you program anything yourself?
No, but in Windows? No.
Nope. Okay. All right. And how about you, Sammy? What do you use? Yeah. So hey, Sammy. Yeah, Sammy. You know what we're doing now is it's just an annoyance when people open up that camera thing. So unfortunately, when people open up the camera thing, we just let them go from class. So Osama, yeah, you can't open up the camera application. Sorry, guys, but too many people are fooling around with the camera application. It's just an annoyance. Okay, so just make sure you don't turn it on during class. Pedro, how about you? Are you a Windows guy as well?
Yeah, I'm more a Windows guy, but I also use Linux sometimes.
So do you use Ubuntu?
I use Red Hat. Yeah, Ubuntu.
Okay, you use Red Hat. Ubuntu. Okay. Yep. Ubuntu's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
How quick it is.
Pretty cool. Yeah, but I guess you are kind of used to use Windows more often, you know. But it's pretty cool, yeah. I have a virtual machine, basically, my computer.
Okay, so yeah, so you have some VMware.
Exactly.
Yep, yep, yeah, yep. It's pretty cool. Actually, we have a few systems that are built, okay, because we used to do web testing, to where they run in Ubuntu, and then they have dual hard drives, and then they'll run various operating systems and virtual machines, and using VMware. So pretty cool stuff. And you have the separate hard drives so that you can increase the performance on those. Okay, well, good, good.
Are you a software developer, Bret? Or?
No, I used to be one, but I don't anymore. So Sami, hey Sami and Usama, guys, just don't turn on that capture application, okay? All right. So I know everybody wants to press buttons. Just don't turn that on, okay? Muhammad, what about you? What sort of operating system do you use?
I mostly use Windows, but sometimes use Linux as well for development of different types of applications. That's depend.
Yep. What sort of applications do you develop?
Basically, here I'm working as an Oracle Fusion middleware developer, and sometimes I have to make a server on Linux machine, and I have to deploy applications that I built using Java or JDeveloper, Oracle ADF, and then I deploy this application on Linux machine.
Yeah, so with Oracle Fusion, so with that, do you ever speak down to any of the other? Are you using this for manufacturing, by the way? Are you using it for MES, like a manufacturing system? Or what are you using it for?
I use it for developing different type of application, or that's depend on requirement. Sometimes I use to integrate different type of application. I also use it for mobile devices as well, to make a web service, and then I can access that web service by using mobile smartphones.
Okay, well, cool, yeah, good stuff. No, I used to work. I don't know if they're going to show it in here, but I used to work on the manufacturing system that they would have. Their not their supply chain management, but they have a shop floor OSFM. Have you ever heard of OSFM? Oracle OSFM. I used to work on a competitor against their it's shop floor management system. Wow, why is it not show? It's just showing people in dresses. But yeah, but I was never popular. I think another one has taken over. So okay, well hey, let me. I'm gonna get going here. All right, because I have one more class to go after this. Okay, so good class. So I'll end this.